Morning, guys. Bye, Tamash.
Morning, teacher.
Morning, Mohammed. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm great. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Miss.
Morning, Erkan. How are you doing?
I am fine.
How's it going, everyone? How was your weekend? Did you get enough sleep?
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Esther. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Did you get enough sleep?
Huh?
Did you get enough sleep?
Yes. Yes.
I know I did. I know I did. I don't know. I think I overslept. I slept a lot this weekend.
What time did you went to sleep?
Well, not that early, but I always woke up the 2 days I woke up at like 2 to 3 p.m. So
Wow.
I guess whenever I slept, that was still too much, you know?
As you are compensating the days that you don't sleep
Yeah,
well.
I definitely did compensate for all of the days of the week.
That's good.
Okay, what about the rest of you guys?
Good
Okay,
morning, Miss.
good morning, Kanye. How are you doing?
I'm good.
So
Your
this is
face shine because I think it's because of good sleeping.
yeah, I think it's because of the good sleep. Yes. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Well, I don't know what it's because of, but definitely the sleep is a part of it. Compensate يعني حق بكرنا ياخذ تعويض. Okay? Compensate for something. Okay? So anyone has anything to talk about? Have you prepared any topics? Why have you stopped doing presentations? Start doing them again, okay? Prepare a topic, talk about it for like 5 minutes, no more than that. Maybe a concept that you like, maybe a movie that you like, okay? So this is just for your practice. It would be good because sometimes we might not have enough time to let you speak, to let you answer questions. So if you prepare yourself every day for a topic, for like 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, it would be a good practice for your speaking.
Yes.
بابا كان حاضر كان اگر بابا تبي 5 دقائق شخصية سر كان هر باشا چکە جاری وایە لە دەرسەکانمە فریا ناکەوین یعنی ئەو قسەیتیا بکەن زۆر بێ کاتەکە هەر من قساکەم بەو جۆرەشم زۆر حەز لێ نییە ڕاستی بێ لەبەرەوە ئەگەرەوە ما بابت حاضرکەن زۆر استفادێ بێ بۆ خۆتان و هەم دەرسەکەش باشتر ئەڕۆ إذا بتحضروا مواضيع تحكوا عنها حتى لو 5 دقائق 10 دقائق أي موضوع أنتم معجبين به مو شرط تساوون PowerPoint slides شرطني سلايد مبين just bring a picture and talk about it فيكم بس تجيبوا صورة وتحكوا عنها أو شيء هيك أو حتى ما تجيبوا شيء بس هيك تحكوا
Discussing, yes.
yeah just discuss anything for like 5 to 10 minutes لأنه بس أنا عم أحكي بالدروس وهذا الشيء ما بيعجبني كتير الصراحة لا عم شوفكم ولا عم اسمع صوتكم لا عم تساووا شيء okay so
We are
and
invisible, do not
yeah
exist.
yeah and I don't trust the quizzes by the way so ثقة بموضوع quiz كان شنيا لبري someone can always help you and I don't know you know I don't know I really don't know whose effort is where and whose English is good who's not good so I need you to speak up yeah yes Benar good morning.
Good morning, Miss. Good morning, everyone.
Morning. How are you?
Morning, morning. Of course, sleep this week.
You slept?
Yeah, of course.
Good.
Sleep with this and studied, of course.
Oh, that's really good. So you guys are ready for your computer quiz, yeah?
Yeah. Actually,
That's
we
good.
need to study more, but about topic that you mentioned before. Actually, there's a lot of topic I want to talk about, but I don't know if you give me a time or not.
Of course I would. I
And
have no problem.
anyone need a topic every time topic is my mind. Can tell you, you can talk about something. I always see the pupils need talk to about them. It will be inspires for us actually.
Okay. So yes, you can always text Benar privately here. So she's saying that she can help you with the topics. Benar الله يرمتي تاني أملا الجارني بابتا أقرأ you can
Actually,
text her
my topic is ready. If you want, I can present you tomorrow or next tomorrow.
Okay, so you can do it tomorrow.
Okay, I'll do it tomorrow, inshallah.
I'm good. Okay, that's good. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So today we're going to talk about 2 reading skills. Okay, 2 reading skills. Do bahray khan bahraniyan bablain وكو bablain tuanayaka khan Mahareb. Yes. Oh, well, we can do it in Arabic. It's good, but the translation to Kurdish is the problem. Yes. Maharat للقراءة. Okay. So we have skimming and scanning. We'll talk about those, and then we'll finish the short story we talked about on Thursday, and then I will ask you to give me a summary about that story or talk about it in 1 minute in your own words. Okay. So we'll discuss skimming and scanning first, and then we'll move on to doing that exercise. Do you guys have any questions from the previous lessons or anything at all? No? Okay. Where is the skimming and scanning slides? Don't get happy, I didn't lose it. Okay, so skimming and scanning. These are 2 reading skills. We use them when we read a text. Okay, let's see how different they are. What are reading skills good for? So this is good for reading comprehension. بوتيجيشتن لتكست كاتا إخوانينو لحتى نفهم الفقرات اللي عم نقراهن أو الكتابات اللي نقراهن. تمام. So the first reading skill is skimming. Let's see what skimming is. It's a reading strategy in which you read a text quickly or rapidly to get a general or a main idea about it. شو بنعمل بالسكيمين؟ بنقرأ المكتوب بشكل سريع. تمام؟ نقرأ بشكل سريع حتى يصير عنا الفكرة العامة أو نفهم الفكرة العامة من الكتابة. لأنه سينك بزور ببلا إخوانينو يعني أوا سكيمي. Okay? Why do we do this? To get a main idea about the text. Boy بابتي سركي text تبقين بعملي تبقين. Okay? So بويك والله مي داري كراون ناقرين بوشتك داري كراون ناقرين بس بخير خوينينو بس بنقرأ بشكل سريع ما عم نبحث عن شيء وما عم ندور على أي كلمة محددة. تمام. The purpose is to understand what the text or what the article or paragraph is about generally. باش purpose كمان شيء بزانين بعم باسي شيكا لحتى نعرف بشكل عام الكتابة عن شو عم تحكي. When you skim a text, you mostly read the topic sentence, the first sentence, the concluding sentence, which is the last sentence, and the keywords to have a general idea about the whole text. Okay, let's say you have a text and you have little time to read it. What do? You skim it. You read the topic sentence ما باسكت مانيا كم رستيا لباراجرافك and the concluding sentence, which is the last sentence in the paragraph, and the key words وشكان كزور دوباره بوناتو. keyword كان هن الكلمات الأساسية بالفقرة أو الباراجراف. كيف نعرفون إنه متكررين أكثر متكررين كتير فهن بيكونوا keywords. تمام. لما عم نقرأ شي باراجراف عم نساوي له skimming نقرأ ال topic sentence وال concluding sentence. Why? Because we talked about this. We said the topic sentence contains the general idea of the paragraph and the concluding sentence wraps it all up. Okay, let me write this. The concluding sentence wraps the paragraph up or wraps all of the sentences up. Wraps them up. Okay. So that's why if we read the topic sentence and the concluding sentence, we'll get a general idea of the text. اگر فريانا كون text هم يبخونو topic sentence اكيو concluding اكي بخونو فكريكي جوان تانياتي لسري. إذا ما عم تلحقوا تقروا شيء بشكل كامل اقروا التوبيك سنتنس والكونكلودينج سنتنس، راح يعطوكم فكرة عن التكست كله، لأنه التوبيك سنتنس لازم يكون أو من المفترض أنه يكون في الفكرة الأساسية للباراجراف. Okay, so when we're skimming a text we read it rapidly to get a main idea. We mostly read the topic sentence and the concluding sentence and the keywords to get this general idea of the whole text. Okay, we will practice this, of course. Don't worry about it. So we're going to pick up important keywords. The keywords are what? They are repeated. Okay, they are the linking words, names, and numbers. Okay, keyword كان شين كما لسكمينا and بينين وان خينينو جرينجيان بين دوباره بونتوا linking words كانن first, then, after that, however, although أمانا linking words now كان دايم keyword now شون يناسينو بcapital letter دس بيكا. اوكي لقل رقم الكلمات الكيورد شلون نعرفون؟ الكلمات الأهم بالفقرة بيكونوا مكررين، بيكونوا اللينكين ووردز الكلمات اللي بتساوي الربط ما بين الكلمات مثل first, then, after that, although. كل هدول coordinating conjunctions بيكونوا linking words كمان. الأسماء كيف نعرفهم أو كيف بنشوفهم بشكل أسهل؟ بيبدوا بحرف capital أو بيبدوا بالحروف الكبيرة. تمام. وكمان الأرقام بتكون keywords نعطيهم أهمية لهدول بالskimming. Okay, next up we have scanning. Let's see how different scanning is. Scanning is a reading strategy or a technique in which we read through a text rapidly, but this time we look for specific information. Okay, we look for names, specific words, numbers, statistics in order to answer a specific question. فرق scanning شيء لقل skimming. لسكانينا اما بو وشيكي دياري كراو اقارين بوي والله مي برساريكي دياري كراو بينو برساري كمان لكراو. اوكي مثلا الله لصالي كان امشتر يا توش كتابيكي هيستوري بو سكانكي بو صال. اوكي بوشوي سكان او بوشيكي دياري كراو اقاري. السكانين كيف مختلف عن السكيمين؟ انه نحن عم ندور على معلومة محددة لانه لحتى نجاوب سؤال محدد. تمام. احنا منسألين شيء، في عنا سؤال بدنا ندور على الإجابة تبعه بالتكست، فمنساوي سكانينج بس بندور على هذا الجواب، ما بندور على شيء تاني. إذا السؤال عم يسأل عن اسم بندور على اسم، بندور على capital letter. إذا عم يسألنا عن سنة بندور على الأرقام. إذا بندور على شيء statistics يعني this much percent in this year or this many people, this many products, we look for numbers again. Okay, this is how scanning is different from skimming. We look for specific information like this, and there it is. Okay, so we have the differences between skimming and scanning written down here. For skimming, we read fast, we get the main idea, not all details. We must leave out parts. هنا بشي paragraph كهي تركيكين. Okay. May leave out half to a quarter paragraph once you have the main idea of the paragraph. كتيجشتي ل main idea كأتواني باقي كي جبالي نيخوينيتو. Comprehension is lower. Try to comprehend as much as you can while reading at an average speed. Comprehend 50% of what you're reading, twice as fast, usually done with material you know nothing about. Note as speed increases, comprehension decreases. حتى خيريخ إنه زيب كاتيجيشنا كما كاتو أو بشيك عم بونوعه. بلعم السكيمينا زوزو بلاخوانينو تيجيشتن من كم ترى لقل تكست جايكين كبشتر كم بينيو مانا أنا من بينيو هيشي لنا زانين باشا. دووني سكانين سريعة دووني خنوي طبيعي سريعة. اوكي نيوي باراجراف كان لاني اما تركيكين كاتي كمعنى قشتيا كمان دسكو. بالسكيمين احنا بنقرا بشكل سريع، فهمنا بيصير اقل لانه عم نقرا بشكل اسرع. تمام. المعلومات اللي موجودة بالباراجراف اللي نساوي له skimming ما بنعرف عنهم شيء من قبل. 50% من اللي بنقراه بنفهمه. ليه؟ لأنه القراءة كتير سريعة. alright. لما ناخذ الفكرة الأساسية من الباراجراف أو من التكست أو من الكتابة المكتوب، البقية فينا ما نقرأ. تمام. What about scanning? Reading technique used when you want to locate a single fact or a specific bit of information without reading every word. For example, scan TV listings in paper to find time of a show. You look for your favorite show, okay, and just to know when it starts. You don't read anything else, okay? Phone directory when you want to see a show. Fast way to find information. Must be accurate in terms of finding a specific TV show or phone number, okay. كاتل دليلي في دليل الهاتف لما بتدوروا على رقم حدا معين. This is also scanning. بنعتبر هذا كمان scanning. دوزينوي رقمي كسك لليستي رقمي لليستي ناو كانا كتبها بوجاران رقمي مو خلقي تيابو. Okay, so you could find anyone's number that you wanted. Often done with material that you know something about. Scanning usually أكربو تكستك تشتكي لسر زاني at least may نايدياكي أزاني بوي برسيار اللي كان لسري بوي توجه ساعتي specific information أدوزي تقول لسر أو تكستا. For example, telephone directory, you already know the name of the person. What else do you know? Okay. چی ئەزانی لەسەر کاتێککە دەسەکەی بەگەڕان بۆ ڕقەمی کەسێک ناوی کەسەکە زانی ئەتلیست، بەڵام لە سکیمینە هیچ شتێک نازانی بەس سێرەکەی بزانی ئەمە چییە. اوكي. بالسكانين احنا بنعرف عن شو عم ندور، مثلا بنعرف انه عم ندور على رقم منو بالدليل الهاتفي، بس بالسكيمين ما بنعرف شيء، بس عم نشوف كل شيء بشكل عام حتى نفهم الموضوع شو هو. تمام. So these are the main differences between skimming and scanning. We have two other types of reading: intensive reading and extensive reading. Okay, let's see what's the difference between these two. So in intensive reading, in contrast to skimming and scanning, intensive reading is a reading a text very carefully with details. This results in a full understanding of the material. الانتنسيف reading بعكس السكيمين والسكانين بيكون قراءة كتير بنقرأ المكتوب بشكل كتير دقيق، تمام، وبحذر كمان لحتى نفهم الموضوع بشكل كامل. هذا الشيء بنساويه من دا نقرأ لامتحان أو دا نقرأ لواجب مدرسي أو هيك شيء. intensive reading خوێندنەوەیەکی زۆر ورد و دیتیلە کە ئێمە لە نەتیجە زۆر باش لە تێکستەکە تێ ئەگەین. ئەمە بۆ کاتی سعیکردن لە امتحانێکە، سعیکردن لە واجبێکی مەکتەبە، لەو کاتەیە ئەمە intensive reading ئەکەین. بەرامبەر بەویش عکسێویش چیە؟ extensive reading. This one is done for one's own pleasure. For example, reading books. The reader does not need to pay attention to all the details in this case. extensive reading شمان هەیە وەکو سکیمین و سکانین نییە، بەسەریعی نایخوێنینەوە، بەڵام کە خوێنینەوە بۆ چێژی خۆمان ئەخوێنینەوە پێویست ناکات زۆر بە وردی و بە دیتیل بخوێنینەوە بە تەفاسیل. extensive reading بنقرأ لأسباب شخصية، تمام، بس لمتعتنا شخصية، ما بنحتاجين لأنه نقرأ بشكل كتير دقيق مثل الانتنسيف reading، وكمان ما بنترك شيء مثل السكيمين والسكانين. نقرأ لمتعتنا الشخصية، بنقرأ كله بس ما بنجي نحفظ شيء أو يعني ما بنركز على التفاصيل كتير كمان. Okay, so this is skimming, scanning, which are two techniques for reading. Intensive and extensive reading are two types of reading. Okay, two other types of reading. They're not techniques, they're just other types of reading. سکیمینە توانین بڵین بۆ دەستکەوتنی زانیاریە؟ بەڵێ هەردووکیان بۆ دەستکەوتنی زانیاریە، بەڵام سکیمینگ بۆ تێگەیشتنە لە معنە عامی نووسینەکە، معنای عام بە شێوەیەکی گشتی. Okay. بەڵام سکانین بۆ زانیاریکی دیاریکراو ئەگەڕین سکیمین بۆ هیچ شتێک ناگەڕین بەسەمانوی لی تێبگەین بەس زۆر بە خێرایی سکانین بۆ زانیاریکی دیاریکراوە گەڕین ئەوش بە خێرایی اوكي ام دوو تەکنیکە لە چیا زۆر زەڕورن لە کاتی امتحانی IELTS و لە کاتی امتحانی TOEFL definitely بۆ هەر امتحانێک actually that you would do in English this is to test your reading speed بۆ تەستکردنی خێرای خوێندنەوەی توێ طبعاً کە تۆ امتحانێکی IELTS یان TOEFL ئەکەی which we talked about their international English language tests you don't get much time to spend on reading intensively you know کاتی ئەوەت نییە کە بە intensively دانیشی بخوێنیتەوە you need to skim and scan okay يعني ئەم دوو تەکنیکەی تۆ زۆر تست ئەکرێ لە کاتی ئەو جۆرە امتحانانەیە لە بەروی کاتێکەمە تێکستەکەت زۆرە okay so if you practice these it would be good for those kinds of examinations that you might have. Okay, any questions about skimming and scanning? We'll practice them on the daily, but I just wanted you to know about the concept. So when I ask you to skim something, I mean just look for the general idea of it. And scanning, you find specific information according to a question. Okay. We have another reading skill, of course, which is finding the main idea, but that's for another day, for another lesson. Do you have any questions? Please go ahead.
No, thanks.
Anyone? Hiç prsjartan nije? Okay, very good. So I guess you guys are sleepy. Do you want to read some tongue twisters? Yes, we do.
Tongue twister again.
Yes, we do. I know you love tongue twisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. I thought you were just kidding. Let me see if I can find any new tongue twisters.
It's hard, but really funny for me.
Yeah, it really is funny. It's funny for me too. Let me see, where did we get some of the best animated now? Okay, found some. Let me see who's sleeping. Who's sleeping? Wow. Hello, Koshish. Where are you today? Morning.
Good morning, teacher.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Koshish, go ahead, read this. 3 times.
Caesar,
Yes.
the smaller brother, father, mother, brother.
No. Esagan Kwan. Esagan Bo Pareni. The smothers, brothers, fathers, mothers, brothers are the smothers, brothers, mothers, fathers, other brothers. Go ahead.
The smaller brothers, fathers, mothers, brothers are the smothers, brothers, mothers, fathers, other brothers.
Okay, thank you. 3 times.
The smaller brothers, fathers, mothers, brothers are the smaller brothers, mother, fathers, other brothers.
One more.
The smaller brothers, fathers, mothers, brothers are the smaller brothers, mothers, fathers, other brothers.
Okay, thank you so much, Kosh.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, who else is sleeping in the back? Farman. Good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
How are you doing?
I am good, thanks.
Yeah, I was good until you brought some tongue twisters. والله بعجبه ما تامت هنا. Okay, go ahead, read it 3 times. No, actually 4. This is short.
6 sleeper, snails, slide slowly seaward.
6
Six,
slippery يعني خليسكا يعني أو دستا خليسكا بيوي. Snails, okay.
6 slippery snails slide slowly seaward.
Okay.
Seaward.
Seaward, yes.
6 slippery snail slide slowly seaward. 6 slippery snail slide slowly seaward.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's see, any other sleepers at the back? Zrian, you sleeping? Oh my God, we found a sleeper. Zrian.
Yeah, teacher.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's
How
fine.
are you? Okay,
Which one?
read this one.
Can you read one time?
Imagine an imaginary manager managing an imaginary
Oh,
managery.
so hard.
Go ahead.
Okay, imagine an imaginary manager managing an imaginary manager.
Okay.
Imagine an imaginary manager imaginary and imaginary manager.
Let me get this word. What is it? Wow. Menagerie. It means a collection of wild animals kept in. Okay, it's like a zoo, but for wild animals. Menagerie. Okay, menagerie. Yes. Okay, so imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary menagerie. Okay. Read 2 more times and you can go.
Imagine an imaginary manager.
Menagerie. Yes.
Manager managing an imaginary manager.
Menagerie.
Imagine an imaginary manager managing an imaginary manager.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. This one. Gertie's great grandma grew a ghost at Gertie's grandma. Okay, I don't like this one. It's easy. Let me. Okay, this one. Muhammad Sabir, you awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you read, please?
أصلا خودي خير تمام أزدنا.
Who washed Washington's white woolen underwear when Washington's washerwoman went west?
Who washed Washington's white woolen underwear when Washington's washerwoman went west?
Yes.
Who washed Washington white woolen underwear when Washington's washerwoman woman went west? Who washed Washington white woolen underwear when Washington's washer woman went west?
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
What does it mean, woolen? Woolen. What does wool mean? Wool, خوري. So woolen underwear, جلي جيرو كلا خوري درس كراو. Okay. ملابس داخلية مصنوعة من ال wool in Arabic صوف. Yes. Okay. Yes, Arkan, do you want to read? Read this one. Wait. Read this one. This one. A good cook could cook as much cookies as a good cook who could cook cookies.
A good cook could cook as much cookies as
Cookies, cookies.
cookies. As a good cook who could cook cookies.
Could, not cold. Okay, so a good cook could cook as much cookies as a good cook who could cook cookies.
A good cook could cook as much cookies as a good cook who could cook cookies.
Yes.
Yes.
2 more times.
A good cook could cook as much cooks as much
Cookies.
cookies. Sorry, cookies as a good cook who could cook cookies.
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 Yes, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
کسی که خوتبه؟
واسه من نشخوته بوم چون واکسین بگردو هاتمو.
Okay, good job. Good job. Well, take care of yourself. I think it will make you sleepy and tired, the vaccine. And don't see other people. كفاكسينة كانت كتكالي خلق ما بنش كأيوة مناعة نزمة بيتوا لبروي you know the vaccine is the virus. هدرك يكردوا okay. أتوين بروي بخو برو بملولا.
كورا والله صرف حكمة وساعد كاني كردوها. جاري بيشوتريش كورونا كردو اسش توش بدو فكر.
Oh my God. Well, so Swadenia. كوادو سوادينيا. اي تربو خوان عزتين. I don't know. Actually, I don't know about this corona thing anymore. Nobody understands it. Either neither the vaccine nor the corona. It's just that, you know, you want to protect your family, so you just do whatever you can to do that. That's why we're doing the vaccine, I believe. What do you guys think about the vaccine, the corona? You can raise your hands. Come on, it's a topic that we all know how to talk about because we see it on the news all the time.
Yes, I think they made vaccination mandate. Yeah, in Kurdistan, people who are have job or they go to the work, they have to take vaccine. It's maybe mandate.
No, we call that obligatory, and it's
obligatory. Yeah,
obligatory is the opposite of mandatory. Mandatory is ikhtiyari, obligatory is ijbari. Yes.
Yeah.
I think they will do that soon, but I don't know how effective it is actually. Actually, nobody knows how effective.
So which one you took?
What do you mean?
I mean, which type of vaccination that you had?
I haven't taken any actually. I wanted.
I thought you said that you took.
No, I didn't actually. I wanted to, but my how do you say? I did a test, and let me tell you. How do I say this? Yeah, my immunity was very high, so they said you can't do it. They said
that's great.
Yeah, they said you can't do it.
Is that because you sleep too much?
Maybe, yes, maybe it's the sleep, maybe it's the coffee.
You boost your immune system.
Yeah, sleep is good. I recommend it.
It's really sleeping is really healthy and good for our health and our immune system, or even all. I mean, the whole body.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
And as well decrease the age, like age
increases the age,
not age marks, not marks, I mean
symptoms.
No, she means it keeps you young.
It keeps you young.
Anti-aging.
It's anti-aging, and as well, no wrinkles or other stuff about age.
I'm
Good
pretty sure I'm going to get wrinkles very soon because you know when I smile I get these over here. I will get those wrinkles. I'm sure about it.
I
But
don't
it
think
doesn't
because you
matter.
sleep too much.
I don't sleep too much.
Actually,
Well,
I had many wrinkles in my face because I don't sleep well. That's one of the reasons that I have too much wrinkles in my face.
well, you have children. That's why.
No, I don't have children
No,
yet.
you don't? Oh, I'm
no.
sorry. I'm sorry. I mixed
I
you
told
up with
myself
someone else.
as long as I am in Kurdistan, I will want have babies.
Good. The good choice actually.
Because I
That's
am
a
a
good choice.
refugee. No life for refugees.
Well,
That's
no,
my
that's not true. But still, you're right. Children here is not a good choice. Even for us, not just for you. Even for us.
Yeah, I know. If it was difficult for you, so what's the case for us? It will be
You know,
harder for
it's
us
not
to
just
have children here in
yeah,
Kurdistan.
it's not just difficult. It's just that you know that you will not provide the life
Yes,
that you want for your children.
that's
So
right.
yeah,
That's the reason.
yeah. Well, I hope you go back to your country, and I hope you
No,
go.
don't hope going back.
Oh, okay. Go somewhere you like.
Thank you, miss.
You're welcome, dear.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else has any points about the vaccine? So we went from the, you see, women, went from the vaccine to anti-aging to children. Anyone has anything to say about the vaccine?
That's like I'm very precise.
Yeah.
Moving from
we-
topic to topic.
We're multitasking. I think it's harmful. You mean the vaccine, Mohammed? Yeah. Well, a lot of people think so. There are a lot of conspiracy theories regarding this topic. Conspiracy theories. Do you know about those? You can watch them on YouTube, the conspiracy theories for the vaccine. Yeah. I actually have a video regarding this topic. I can share it with you. And then we can talk about it another day. Bad things will appear in bad signs. So you mean side effects? Yeah, side effects from the vaccine. ما بستان ل كاريجري لاوكية. Oh, what is side effects in Arabic?
آثار جانبية.
آثار جانبية, yes. آثار جانبية للvaccine. It can appear. Yes, let me find this video. I can share it with you. I think we're done with these tongue twisters. I'll find you some new ones. You're getting good at them. Okay. The vaccine. Okay. The vaccine. Okay, let's watch this video, then we'll take a break and be back after 10 minutes and we can talk about it, all right?
In the 20th century, most vaccines took well over a decade to research, test, and produce. But the vaccines for COVID-19 cleared the threshold for emergency use in less than 11 months. The secret behind this speed is a medical technology that's been developing for decades, the mRNA vaccine. This new treatment uses our body's existing cellular machinery to trigger an immune response, protecting us from viruses without ever experiencing an infection. And in the future, this approach might be able to treat new diseases almost as quickly as they emerge. So how do these revolutionary vaccines work? The key ingredient is in the name. mRNA, or messenger ribonucleic acid, is a naturally occurring molecule that encodes the instructions for producing proteins. When our cells process mRNA, a part of the cell, called the ribosome, translates and follows these instructions to build the encoded protein. The mRNA in these vaccines works in exactly the same way, but scientists use the molecule to safely introduce our body to a virus. First, researchers encode trillions of mRNA molecules with the instructions for a specific viral protein. This part of the virus is harmless by itself, but helpful for training our body's immune response. Then, they inject those molecules into a nanoparticle, roughly 1,000 times smaller than the average cell. This nanoparticle is made of lipids, the same type of fatty material that forms the membrane around our cells. But these lipids have been specially engineered to protect the mRNA on its journey through the body and assist its entry into the cell. Lastly, the final ingredients are added, sugars and salt, to help keep the nanoparticles intact until they reach their destination. Before use, the vaccine is kept at a temperature of -20 to -80 degrees Celsius to ensure none of the components break down. Once injected, the nanoparticles disperse and encounter cells. The lipid coating on each nanoparticle fuses with the lipid membrane of a cell and releases the mRNA to do its work. At this point, we should note that while the vaccine is delivering viral genetic material into our cells, it's impossible for this material to alter our DNA. mRNA is a short-lived molecule that would need additional enzymes and chemical signals to even access our DNA, let alone change it. And none of these DNA-altering components are present in mRNA vaccines. Once inside the cell, the ribosome translates the mRNA's instructions and begins assembling the viral protein. In COVID-19 vaccines, that protein is one of the spikes typically found on the virus's surface. Without the rest of the virus, this lone spike is not infectious, but it does trigger our immune response. Activating the immune system can be taxing on the body, resulting in brief fatigue, fever, and muscle soreness in some people. But this doesn't mean the recipient is sick. It means the vaccine is working. The body is producing antibodies to fight that viral protein that will then stick around to defend against future COVID-19 infections. And since this particular protein is likely to be found in most COVID variants, these antibodies should reduce the threat of catching new strains. This approach offers significant advantages over previous vaccines. Traditional vaccines contain weakened versions of live viruses or amputated sections of a virus, both of which require time-intensive research to prepare and unique chemical treatments to safely inject. But mRNA vaccines don't actually contain any viral particles, so they don't have to be built from scratch to safely adjust each virus. In fact, every mRNA vaccine could have roughly the same list of ingredients. Imagine a reliable, robustly tested vaccine that can treat any disease by swapping out a single component. To treat a new illness, researchers would identify the right viral protein, encode it into mRNA, and then swap that mRNA into the existing vaccine platform. This could make it possible to develop new vaccines in weeks, giving humanity a flexible new tool in the never-ending fight against disease. But where did vaccines get started? Watch this video to travel back to 1796, when an 8-year-old boy changed the course of history. Or
Okay, very well. So that is a video about the vaccine. I think it's a bit difficult to understand because the concepts are very biological. But I think the ones of you who have studied biology or even chemistry can work out well what it meant. I'm sorry about this. Like my neck thing is a strawberry. Anyway, it's a bit difficult, but I'll link it on Google Classroom for you. You can watch it again if you're interested. It basically talked about how the vaccine works inside our body. And we all know that how a vaccine consists of a virus itself, but a very weak type of the virus. So your immune system will be triggered and work against it. هەمومان نەزانی خۆم ڤیددیوێتۆ زێر قورس بوو بەڵام بۆ وانەتان کە باگراوندێکی بایۆلۆجیتان هەبێ لیتی ئەگەن چونکە هەنێ وشە هەیە طبعاً ئینگلیزی بایۆلۆجی ئینگلیزی فیزیا ئینگلیزی لە هیستوري ئینگلیزی لە ئەدەبا زۆر فەرقەکە طبعاً کە بەپێی کەلیماتەکان بەڵام یعنی ئەگەر زۆر ئینترست بن لێ ئەتوانن دووبارە سەیریکەن و باشتر لی تێگەن خۆی باسی ئەوەی کرد بەزەوت کە لە لەشمانە ڤاکسین چۆن ئیشەکە ڤاکسین پێکێت زۆر بەمانە زانین لەوەی کە لە مەکتەبە خوێنومانە کە لە ڤایرۆسێکی لاوازکرا و یا پێکێت لەبەرەوەی سیستمی بەرگری لەشمان بەرگری دروستکە دژی و ڤایرۆسە حتا ئەگەر تووشیشی نەبوو بێ. الفيديو شوية صعب لأنه الكلمات فيها كلمات عن الأحياء يعني مواضيع بيولوجية بس إذا تشوفوا مرة تانية هو عم يحكي عن كيف الفاكسين بيشتغل بأجسادنا هو بيحتوي على فيروس بس فيروس مو قوي فيروس ضعيف لأنه يا ميت يا بيحتوي على جزء من الفيروس ليه لحتى الجهاز المناعي تبعنا يشوفه أو يعني يساوي بروتين للمناعة عن هذا الفيروس حتى بدون أنه نصاب به بشكل مباشر. Okay, let's take a 10-minute break, then we'll finish our short story and discuss it in your own words. Okay, I'll see you at 10, 3 minutes, 10, 2 minutes. Okay, did you finish reading? Let's go back to the first paragraph. I think we stopped here. Now someone is dying, murmured the child softly. Who would like to read this bit from now someone is dying to against the wall? Somebody read. Yes, Kani.
Now someone's dying, murmured the child softly, for her grandmother, the person who had loved her the most, and who was now dead, had told her that whenever a star falls, a soul goes up to heaven. She struck yet another match against the wall. It lit, and in its brightness, her dead old grandmother appeared before her, beaming love and kindness. "Oh, grandmother," cried the child, "take me with you. I know you will go away when the match burns out. You too will vanish, like the warm stuff, the splendid New Year's feast, the beautiful Christmas tree." And to make sure her grandmother would not disappear, she lit a whole bundle of the match against the wall.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, that's enough. Thank you. Okay, so she's talking to her grandmother's ghost. Okay, she sees her grandmother in front of her, just like she saw a stove with a lot of good foods, with the Christmas tree. This time when she lit a match, okay, this is imagination. Okay, it's not real. هاي المرة شافت how do I say her grandmother جدتها. Yes, جدتها. Thank you كاني. Yes, شافت جدتها قدامها أو بيبيتها. فهذا شيء خيالي مو حقيقي طبعا. وقالت إنه أنا بعرف إنه أنت راح تروحي مثل ما ما روح الأكلات الطيبين والكريسماس تري وكل هدول. instead this time she turned on a bundle of matches. أمجا ردستيت شقارتي داقسان. أشعلت أكثر من عود ثقاب واحد، أشعلت كلهم. تمام لحتى يعني جدتها ما تختفي. Okay, the final part. Who wants to read? يا كاسيكان to read. Yes, Madeline. Madeline, you're very late to class. Where have you been?
Good morning, Master.
Morning, how are you?
I'm fine.
Where have you been? Okay, read Madeline. And they burned with such until the end.
And they burned with such a bright light that it
Became
brighter than
brighter than
the mid sun. Her grandmother had never looked so grand and beautiful.
Mhm.
She took the little girl in her arms and both flew
flew joyfully together.
joyfully together.
Climbing
هيك
higher.
هيك
Climbing higher and higher يعني يتسلقوا فوق أكتر وأكتر. Higher and higher. أعلى وأعلى. Yes?
higher and higher for above the other away from cold and
hunger
to heaven.
To heaven, yeah.
They found her the next morning leaning
against
the wall.
Against the wall.
Against the wall with red cheeks and smiling mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen to this one on the last evening of the old year.
The old year, yes.
She wanted to warm herself. The poor little thing. People said I wonder why she looked so happy. Some people asked no one imagine what beautiful thing she had seen or how happily she had going with her grandmother into the new year.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, Bernard, can you read these two paragraphs again once more? Because they're the ending of the story.
And they burned with such brilliant light. Or grandmother cried, where should I start?
Yeah, they burned with such a brilliant light.
And they burned with such brilliant light that it became brighter than the midday sun. Her grandmother had never looked so grand and beautiful. She took the little girl in her arms and both flew joyful together, climbing higher and higher, far above the earth, away from cold and hunger to heaven. They found her the next morning. They found her the next morning leaning against the wall with red cheeks and smiling mouth, frozen to death on the last evening of the old year. She wanted to warm herself, the poor little thing. People said, I wonder why she looks so happy. Some people asked, no one imagined what beautiful things she had seen or how happily she had gone with her grandmother into the new year.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, guys, do you have any questions about the story? That's enough. Yes, thank you. Do you guys understand the story now fully? هيج بصير ثانية لسرم ستوريا عندكم أي أسئلة عن هاي القصة؟ Okay.
It means at the end she dies.
Yeah, at the end she dies. She goes with her dead grandmother into heaven. Yeah.
That's that story.
Yeah, exactly. It really is. Yeah, it really is sad. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute. I will give you 1 minute to read all of it again. And then I want you to tell me the story in your own words in 1 minute. Okay? I will show you how much you need to read. I will follow up with you. Okay? Skim it. You need to skim it. Okay? You know, we've already read this story before. So this time I just want you to go over it quickly. And then I will ask you to tell me your own opinion or tell me the story in your own words, only in 1 minute. So please follow up from it was until miserable. You have some time to read. Go ahead. Read to yourselves. بخو تاني بخوانا مراجعة كيف كان لدوي أما اللي تانداكم كبون باس كانت ستوري راح أسألكم إنه تقولوا لي القصة أي إنه تعطوني السمري ياخد كرتيكي قصة تشيروكا كم تيبن بوي أستوزا بيخوانا حاولوا تقروا وتعطوني بعدين شي ملخص عن القصة أو رأيكم بالقصة خلال دقيقة واحدة. أوكي؟ If you have a problem with any word, write it down and then leave it in the chat for me. I'll explain it to you. Okay, who would like to start? What is the story about? You have 1 minute to speak. Yes, Kani.
The story is about a girl in a dark and cold one night outside to sell their match. But with no beer on her feet or bearing her head.
Okay, with bare feet and bare head. Okay.
It was that night. It was a Christmas night. All houses roasted goose, and they not collected. Kopunoveko.
Yeah, they were gathering up. Gathering
up. She could smell the delicious taste of the goose, and she stand next to the wall and lit one of her matches. Then she imagined something like sometimes she imagined the roasted goose jump to her toward her, and sometimes she felt a large Christmas tree, and the last time she see her grandmother was that she have been dead, and she called her grandmother to get her away with her, and to prevent that when the light burned, her grandmother disappeared. She lit all the bundle, and it has a sun. It has a light as a sun in the midday. But for the next day in the morning or the one day of the New Year's, other pupils find this girl dead with the cold and frozen.
Yes, thank you so much, Kani. You took too long. It took you 3 minutes. That's the only problem that there was. Okay, thank you so much. Yes. Yes, Zarian.
Yes, teacher. On the new year, when everyone was celebrating, a young girl sent out by impoverished parent to sell much on the last evening of the year. She was shivering in the cold because not were enough clothes and not wear slippers. So she lighted a matchstick to keep herself warm, but she saw different vision in the light of the match, saw their grandmother and a Christmas tree and delicious food. She lighted all the match until the matches was ended. In the next morning, people found the girl frozen to death and still holding the match in her hand.
Very good. Thank you. Yes, perfect time. You took perfect enough time, and your information were enough as well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Anyone else? You volunteer, or I'll pick myself. So come on. Just tell me your opinion about it. Tell me the summary of the story. فيكم تقولوا لي مختصر القصة أو فيكم تقولوا لي رأيكم عن القصة. أتوانا رأي خوتان بيبلان أشتوانا كنت كراوي تشيروكا كم بيبلان أجر نايلن بيبيستا بباراجراف سمارين ببنوسنو فان بنيرن. So I don't know. Your choice. No one? إذا ما راح تقولوا المختصر تبعكم هلا راح يعني راح أحطه كأساينمنت ولازم تكتبوا لي إياه كباراجراف.
Miss, it's a story about a little girl who is selling matches, bunch or bundles of matches.
Okay.
It was the background. It was a New Year Eve where she was. It was a night, and she was trying to sell matches, but none of her matches has sold. So she's at the end. She sit next to the wall. It's near the restaurant. Okay, and in the she sit sadly there, and later she lets her matches to warm herself and to just to watch the light and to feel warm, and then she imagines like having a big meal with turkey and other things. At the end, she dies.
No, at the end she dies. This reminded me of something, of a story. I'll tell you about it later. They say that two men went traveling together, and they both had food with them. They agreed that one of them would open his food and they would both eat it, and then later the other one would bring his food and they'll eat it together. So the first one asked the other one, when the food was laid on the table, of course, he said, "How did your father die?" Of course, he asked him this so he would be busy telling a story, so he would eat all the food. Yes. So he ate all the food, and the man was like, "My father did this and that and that and that." And when it came the turn for the other man to bring his food, the other one said, "I'll take revenge." And he said, "How did your father die?" And he like, he just fell and died. He just fell and died. And this is what he did here.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
You want to finish the meal.
You just did the same. She just died. Okay.
And it also, sorry, it's also reminded me about the wife and husband, that wife wanted to his husband talk about something that she want to about Yusuf's story. He said they lose and they found it, and this is the end of the story.
Okay.
They
That's
lose
a nice
and
story.
then they found it. Actually, this whole story.
I was waiting for a long story, actually. Me too. You tricked me. Yes, Benar, go ahead. Tell us your summary.
Actually, the story was about the girls who sells the masks, and on the last day of her life, it was an evening, night, New Year. She wanted to sell her matches, and she was tired and she light against the walls. She light a match, and which each match she lighted, she imagined about something, and the last thing that she imagined was her grandmother. And she lighted her. She go with her grandmother, and the next day the people found her against the wall that with a smiling frozen mouth, and the people never think about what she imagined last night. Actually, it was a sad story. Actually, when I say she died and people found them, actually I want to say this.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's perfect. You said it perfectly. Thank you so much, Manat. Yes, Koshish. Koshish, you have exactly 1 minute. Hurry up.
On Christmas night, a girl who sell mats. Was a cold winter. It was snowing. She wanted to sell the mats early and go home, but she did on the cold night.
Okay.
And the people found it.
That's very short.
Very.
Very short, Koshish. كرد بيك رستنك بيك paragraph.
ما صار أو نبى كورتي.
أو استشيروك كبو كيسة باسم كربو استريش كتومرت. That's what you did here as well.
I made you laugh.
Yeah, you definitely did. Thank you so much. Yes, Koshish, that was good, but it was a bit too short. Yeah? Okay.
I forget that she's imagined her grandpa and falling off a star, and then she imagined her grandpa and she went.
Yeah, and you said she was leaning beside the restaurant. There's no restaurant. There are houses that are cooking a lot of food because of Christmas Eve. Yes?
Right.
Okay, guys. Do you have any questions? Thank you so much for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. هيج برسالة ثانية فرمون. عندكم أي أسئلة تفضلوا.
No, thanks. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. You're welcome. Goodbye.